Well, hello. It's 9:05 p.m. Wednesday in Utah, and fortunately, oops, let me see. Let's see. Let's get that back there. Um, to some of my YouTube people that watch my YouTube videos, I'm able to go back to my Harvard Business School reunion. I'm leaving tomorrow morning really early from Salt Lake City, so I'm grateful for that. Had It's been quite a day thinking about everything, and of course, had a chance to not of course, but I had a chance to watch the financial markets a little bit today, and pretty frustrating for me. I've experienced some emotions today. One of them being just frustration, um, and I'll explain that and probably communicate it probably pretty directly. Um, the 30-year bond hit 4.62% today. I was hoping that I would have some positions in this or have some of my rich friends that I've been talking about the 30-year bond with, actually not too many, just a some here and there, about shorting it, about taking advantage of the reversal that just was so 100% visible to me as a trade of a lifetime. So 30-year 4.62, Rick Santelli talking about that mortgage rates are rising faster than even the long bond rates. So the chance to get a mortgage with this Obama money is closing really fast, a really low mortgage. And so I think we're seeing the historical lows before we go into hyperinflation and mortgage, the long-term bond rates, hitting 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10% and higher. And so it's frustrating for me because I really wish I was managing a $1 billion portfolio right now, or had been for the last few months, and I could have taken short positions on the long bond, which was completely obvious to me, and had spectacular returns that would, be on the front page of Barron's and Wall Street Journal and everything. But the reason, and I'm just going to cut to the chase here because I've been really pissed today, actually. And so if anybody really wants to hassle me about asking for donations, because I'm going to ask here and now so I can keep streaming on YouTube. If you have a real problem with it and you live back in the Boston area, I will be at Harvard Square 7 p.m. on Monday. You know what I look like. I don't know what you look like, but come on over, and if you want to have it out, I'll be there. I'll feel a little bit about Matt Damon and like Matt Damon, that movie, Good Will Hunting. So, but yeah, if you think you got a problem with me for whatever reason, I'll be in Harvard Square 7 p.m. on Monday, June 1st. I will also be there to meet anybody that's around Boston or Cambridge, or if you can drive down from somewhere. I'd love to meet anybody that's interested in knowing the truth. We can talk about things that I don't cover on YouTube. I'd love to meet you. I will listen, and probably we'll sit down somewhere around there, around Harvard Square, and talk. So I made an announcement for the one time in California, and I met some great people. Some of them drove 50, 60 miles, and it was great, fantastic. One guy saved $70,000 on his 401k by liquidating when I said stocks were going to go down. And I will have been to my Harvard reunion for a few days, and so we can talk about interest rates, nuclear war, whatever topics come up. I think the newsstand is still there, so I'll be reading Barron's of the Wall Street Journal or looking for some of my YouTube friends. Harvard Square, 7 p.m. Boston time, Monday, June 1st. Okay? I'll be there. Look forward to meeting at least one or two of you, and who knows, maybe there'll be like 5 or 10 of you. Whatever. And if there's a big fight that breaks out, it's okay. I'll take on the wimps that criticize me by myself. And so, wimps that criticize me, show up, Harvard Square, 7 p.m. Back to what's going on. What's really frustrating, and this is why that I don't fit in to have a Wall Street job, and I probably won't get one, because the bond rates, will go to 6, 7%, and we'll see that in the next 12, 24 months, and if some portfolio manager would have a brain or some balls to do that, they would make phenomenal returns. But here's indicative of why people that think outside the box and aren't in the herd don't fit in the herd. Look at the CNN Money. Economists, recession to end in 2009. Recession to end in 2009. A recovery in the second half of the year will be moderate, according to a report from the National Association for Business Economics. The end of the recession is in sight, according to a new survey of leading economists. I guess, thank heaven, I definitely am not a leading economist because I'm not in this camp. And so it goes on to talk that 19% predicted that a turnaround won't come until the fourth quarter, and 7% said it may not come until early 2010. None of the panelists expected the recession to continue past the first quarter of next year. So I guess none of the big investment bank houses want to hire a man of truth, because man of truth would tell the truth and say, you know what, the recession is not going to end in 2010. So I couldn't get a job at one of those big firms. I couldn't get a job because it wouldn't fit. It doesn't fit. The guys are paying tons of money to say it's going to be rosy and cool and 2.7 resumption of economic GDP growth in 2010. So I'll just continue on, but I'm a little pissed. It makes me mad to be right and to be, worried about cab fare to go back and forth when I'm back in Cambridge. Thanks to some people, I do have some financing for this thing. The rest, I'm gonna, whatever. Whatever. Who knows? Harvard Square is good. I could stay in coffee shops all night the last 3 nights. If people donate, and you go to manoftruth.org and donate, then great. Or if you want to hire me as a consultant and you want to know the truth, whether you're preparing for what's going to happen that's unmentionable, or you're a financial guy. I'll have to do this because the YouTube stuff doesn't pay the bills. It does not pay the bills at all. Anyway, I'm kind of stressed out because my account was negative. I barely covered that, so I'll show up in Boston with $2. Crazy, but people don't want to know the truth. Believe me, they don't want to know the truth. But I had to go back there. I don't want to miss my 20-year reunion. So the guys, there's some folks helping me get back there. God bless you and thanks. Bankruptcy of GM, biggest automaker in the world, going bankrupt. Looks like that's going to happen on Monday. To watch the bond market collapse more today is just frustrating because I would have hoped I would have hooked up with some kind of fund or position. But this is kind of insanity, The guys they put on CNBC and all these other things are just... and then the people that are really important, they're saying it's grim, whether it's Bill Gross of PIMCO or another guy from PIMCO. And then they had Felix Royatin on today. Maria had him on. And, Felix is talking about the AAA rating of the United States being in jeopardy. You got some heavy-duty guys, and, the economists, the recession's going to end. So I'm just so sick of it. I'm about ready to head out in the bushes and eat sagebrush and just get back to nature because there's the IQ on Wall Street is so low that forget it. Like Good Will Hunting. I think I'll get into that scene there. Just forget it. I don't want to talk about it. So, if you want to cover some expenses for me, or something like that, I'm going to try to do some consulting with some people that want to know the reality and maybe have a 20, 40, 100% gain on their portfolio in 2010 instead of going with the herd and losing. But to manoftruth.org, and if you have a problem with that, hey, let's go for it. Let's meet in person. I'm pretty exercised, but it'll be fun to be back there. Hoping it'll open my mind. Maybe, who knows, maybe I'll manage portfolios in France with a friend from Harvard and get out of here. But obviously I got to stay here for the United States and help save the Constitution, which is my ultimate goal and objective as we go through these incredible times to come in the next 36 months. Rock on, everybody. That's the bottom line. I'm out of here, and I will be in Cambridge. So I probably will be able to get on the internet there, so you can message me at through YouTube or manoftruth@mac.com. And I'd love to meet you while I'm back in Boston, particularly in Cambridge. Ciao.